Good afternoon for me. So, my name is Katie Kazik, and I'm a Silver Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. And let me read the disclaimer before we actually get into anything. So the opportunity of a lifetime is brought to you by an independent Plexus Ambassador. It is not sponsored by Plexus Worldwide. At Plexus Worldwide, we want you to know that the results you are about to hear may vary from person to person, and we don't claim to cure, treat, or prevent any disease. So today I figured, since the last video I made, I talked a lot about Candida Yeast, die-off, and detox, that we'd kind of cover it. And they kind of go hand in hand, really. Detox is more of, well, I guess it's more intense version of the die-off, at least in my opinion, that's what it is. But we'll go over that as we get there. So let's first go over what Candida yeast is. So Candida yeast is something that we need in our body. It helps us whenever we die to help break down our body better. But we need it in small amounts until then. And so what happens is that your body produces, because of the way that we eat and our lifestyles nowadays, we tend to overproduce on the Candida yeast, and when we overproduce, we end up with symptoms like this, where we end up with fatigue, brain fog, oral thrush, bad breath, abdominal pain, bad breath or foul taste in your mouth, abdominal pain, bloating and indigestion, increasing allergies to foods. So if you didn't have an allergy to something before and all of a sudden you do, I would definitely at least see if the Candida yeast had something to do with that. More constant craving for something sweet, joint pain with arthritis-like symptoms, chronic sinus damage, drainage, I meant drainage, which antibiotics don't help, weight gain or loss and the inability to change it, fungus on the toenails, itching red eyes ear drainage, acne breakouts, Candida skin rashes on the body. I love you, Mom. I love you too, baby. Eczema, atopic dermatitis are examples of those. Candida rash around the groin or in the folds of skin, vaginal yeast infections, bladder infections, anal, penile, or vaginal itching, hair loss, vision problems, anxiety and or panic. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be panic attacks. Depression from feeling so low and bogged down all the time. So a lot of times we get these symptoms and we don't even know what's going on, and we just kind of attribute it to life and just being like, oh, well, it's just the way things are. I'm just, a little overwhelmed. And what we don't realize is that it's super easy to prevent, or to at least help to overcome. And we can overcome this yeast, or this or these symptoms of this yeast, by prebiotics and probiotics. So the prebiotic will go in and it'll set up everything so that way the probiotic can come in and clean you out. So it'll help your body, prepare your body for the probiotics. And probiotics will come in and essentially weed our garden, or clean out our system of all the bad Candida yeast, that overgrowth, essentially. So it's not going to take out anything that we don't need. It's just going to take out the excess. And so die-off is what happens. We end up getting those symptoms that I just explained before the prebiotic and probiotic thing. So we end up getting all the fatigue and the skin rashes and the brain fog and the oral thrush, bad breath, ab pain, bloating, indigestion, joint pain, weight gain or loss, and inability to do anything about it. All of that happens a lot of times because in our society, it's very common to just be okay with certain things. So, like the most common sources of this overgrowth include, like I said, I'm reading all this, so I'm sorry. I have lots of notes. Antibiotics, birth control, pills or device, birth control pills or device. So either one. Excessive stress and elevated cortisol levels, poor tap water quality, parasites and intestinal worms, chronic constipation, drugs and alcohol, hypothyroid, immune deficiency, hormonal imbalance, hormone replacement therapy, diabetes, poor diet with unnatural foods pumped with toxins and antibodies, high carbs, and high sugar consumptions. So essentially, anything that is super processed, which is very common because we like things for now, right? We like to be able to get things done now. So with the prebiotic and probiotic, like I said, they help clean out your system, and it makes it easier for your body to be able to process things and to feel better and to feel normal again, let's be honest. Because whenever you're little, you don't really feel like this, because when you're little, your parents are, at least this is what I am with my kids. I am more about them being on like all natural things. Like I like them to eat fruits and vegetables, and they actually come up and ask for those things. They don't come up and ask for fruit snacks because I usually don't have those in the house. So they don't even ask for it now. My kids don't even, my kids don't even really ask for processed foods a lot. Now, we do have some things that are quick and easy because I have one that's in school and my other two just kind of follow suit with him. So, like breakfast, we have super quick breakfast foods. But other than that, we really don't have a lot of processed food in our home. And so it makes it easier for my kids to know that they're not going to get anything that's not healthy for them. But as adults, we tend to just be like, oh, it's okay, I can eat better tomorrow. Or, oh, it's okay, I can just work out and I'll just work it off. Well, it's not just about working it off. It's also about that yeast buildup in our bodies and trying to help it to just kind of stay at a minimum, really. But here, so when we have, sorry, I promise I'm focusing. So when we take the probiotics and the prebiotics and they clean out our system, sometimes they'll clean it out a little too fast. And when that happens, that's when we'll get the detox and the die-off. And so here's a list of some symptoms that you might experience with die-off. Die-off includes nausea, headache, fatigue, dizziness, swollen glands, bloating, gas, constipation or diarrhea, increased joint or muscle pain, elevated heart rate, chills, oh, excuse me, cold feeling in your extremities, body itchiness, hives or rashes, sweating, fever, skin breakouts, recurring vaginal, prostate, or bladder, and sinus infections. So these are all examples of die-off. These are all, there's so many more things that die-off can actually be. Like die-off can also be gaining weight, because bloating is also gaining weight. Die-off can also be where you have a lot of flu or cold-like symptoms. These are all symptoms of die-off, and our body's just telling us that, hey, you did this way too fast, and I need you to back off a little bit. So when you have these severe die-off symptoms, you just need to slow down. So you need to reduce the dosage of your probiotic and antifungals if you're taking them. And you need to make sure that you're increasing your water intake to help flush out the toxins. You want to make sure you're getting as much water in as possible. Don't just go for half your body weight. I would go for more, really, because first of all, you're going to actually start craving that water more and more the more water you drink. But second of all, it's going to help you to get rid of all those die-off symptoms faster, including, especially if you are working out with it, because if you're peeing and you're sweating, you're going to be getting rid of all those toxins, which is going to be awesome for your body. You need to take out as many refined sugars and processed foods as possible. You want to make sure that you're not building up the yeast more whenever you have these symptoms. And so you want to make sure that you're focusing on getting rid of as much of that as possible. So instead of using the refined sugars, try to see if you can find some like stevia at Walmart. Like I found some at my mom and dad's Walmart a few weeks ago. And I don't think I haven't checked my Walmart yet, but Last time I checked, they didn't carry any stevia, but it's so much healthier to use stevia in your cooking and your baking than it is to use regular refined sugars. You want to stay away from like cookies, cakes, breads. You want to stay away from stuff like that. Anything that's going to build up that yeast more. You want to stay away from those awesomely delicious pre-made lasagnas, like Stouffer stuff. I'm addicted to that, so I don't know what you guys are talking about. I don't judge anybody when it comes to that because I'm like, Stouffer's lasagna, yes. One, I don't have to make it, and two, it tastes awesome. But apparently, it has so much yeast in it because of the fact that it is processed and that it is higher in those the yeast, I guess is the best way to put that, or those enzymes. But you want to put as much good stuff back in your body to help you, and so you don't want to be putting processed food and sugars in your body. You want to stay as natural as possible. So you want to stay closer to adding veggies to all of your meals. Try to add at least a small portion of veggies to all of your meals, and you want to try to, if you do smoothies, sneak them in your smoothies, or in your juices, whenever you guys do juices, if you do those. Throw a handful of leafy greens on the side of your favorite dish. I know we've started eating more salads. My children actually like salad, so it makes my life a lot easier. I'm not going to lie, because that's a quick and easy dinner I can make at any point. And so I try to add a salad to most of our meals now, and I try to make the salad bigger than their actual everything else on their plate. But to be honest, it doesn't really matter. As long as they're eating veggies, and as long as I'm eating my veggies, and as long as we're eating fruits instead. So instead of eating like the processed sugars, just replace all your cravings for natural fruit. And Pinterest is amazing. They have a whole list of things. So like if you're craving cookies or cakes, they have a list of fruits and vegetables that are a healthy alternative for what you may be craving. So if you are genuinely wanting to eat better, just go on Pinterest and search for healthy alternatives for food cravings. Or just Google it, because I'm sure Google has something too. I haven't Googled it. I found it on Pinterest, so I don't know. But there's always a healthy alternative. Just remember that. You want to slow down and rest as much as possible. You don't want to keep pushing yourself too much, but like I said, you do want to exercise, because if you're exercising, you're going to get rid of that stuff faster, rid of all the toxins and stuff faster, and that yeast faster, because you're sweating it out and you're getting it out of your system. But you also want to make sure that you are taking time. If your body is telling you to sleep, you need to sleep, because you need that time to recoup. And I'm not saying that because I have all the time in the world to sleep. I have 3 kids and another one on the way. There's no way I have time to sleep. I have to make time to sleep. And it's really important for me to do this, because if I don't, it ends up being worse and I end up being crankier, and all of my my symptoms get 10 times worse. Let's see. So, and it also helps to reduce your stress levels if you nap whenever you feel tired. So you need to make sure that you're napping whenever you're supposed to, or you're slowing down and resting as much as possible, because stress can weaken your adrenals and reduce your body's ability to fight pathogens like a fungal infection. So the more you push yourself past that point of exhaustion, the more you think like, I can handle this, I can do this, the worse it actually is for your body. So take the time for yourself, slow down, go ahead and take that nap, take a 15, 20 minute, 30 minute nap. Just have that time to relax. Even if you're just sitting on the couch and watching a movie for a little bit, feel free. Just relax. And don't stress about what's going on around you. Just have that time to slow down and do what you need to do, and take time for you. Also, use natural supplements to your advantage. It's no secret that probiotics and magnesium are essential daily staples to regulating Candida overgrowth and helping keep it balanced throughout your life. We should be consistently taking these supplements every single day. I talked about consistency last time, and I'll probably talk about consistency next time too, because I cannot stress it enough. consistency is key. Like, you can tell the difference between, I think I said this last time too, but it's okay, I'll say it again. I consistently take my supplements. I consistently take them. I make sure I wait the exact amount of time that it tells me to, and I make sure that it's like right on what I'm supposed to be doing. My husband, on the other hand, is not consistent. And you can tell, like, I have way more to show for how long I've been using the products than he does, because he's been so inconsistent with everything and unwilling to pass or to push past that die-off phase that he has to go through die-off over and over and over and over again. And so consistency is key. Just make sure you are consistent every single time, because it's going to make your life so much easier and so much better, especially if you're being consistent. And it can also, so here are here are some other natural supplements that can help with your die-off, to help it kind of go faster and smoother. You are looking for prebiotic fiber. Prebiotic, like I explained before, is different than probiotic. They're completely different things, actually. You need probiotics to help replenish the healthy bacteria in your gut, and prebiotics are like a miracle grow for that healthy bacteria. So like I said, it kind of prepares the way, right? So not only is the probiotic going to replace that healthy stuff, but it's going to take out that unhealthy stuff. And so you need to be able to take out and replace that healthy bacteria, and you need the prebiotic to kind of prepare the way and kind of strip out that bad stuff and just help the good stuff to grow. You need that. So you need both the prebiotic and the probiotic. Okay, cannot stress that enough. And if you're feeling, hold on, let me make sure I'm not saying this wrong. So you want to make sure that you're taking in fibers that are certain foods and supplements, or they're in certain foods and supplements. When prebiotics are in the system, it makes the environment more conducive for probiotics to flourish. Okay, but you also need that fiber to help it to kind of stay in your system a little longer and to help kind of push things along as well. Anyone who isn't getting enough healthy fiber in their diet should consider supplementing prebiotic fiber. Okay, just make sure you're getting in prebiotics and fiber. Also, you can look into using vitamin D with K2. It provides additional immune system support, but also promotes normal bone mineral density, helps support the bone health, which kind of goes hand in hand with bone mineral density, helps maintain cardiovascular health, promotes elasticity of blood vessels, and helps maintain normal blood pressure. So that's kind of important to look at too, okay? So the vitamin D and K2 together, that's what all those support. You also need to look into your omega-3s. Research suggests that omega-3s support healthy lipid levels, normal cholesterol and blood pressure levels, which can help promote cardiovascular health, brain health, and healthy brain development. Omega-3 fatty acids are considered essential fatty acids, also known as polyunsaturated fatty acid. Omega-3 fatty acids play a crucial role in brain function. Omega-3s also help with stress management and aid in relaxation. So not only will it help with brain development if you're pregnant or whatever, but it also helps with your body and to help you to relax and to kind of take time, okay? So that's the reason why we have Mega X as well. So if you're taking Mega X, it would be perfect for you in this situation. Milk thistle. Milk thistle is important in taking care of your liver. It actually promotes liver and gallbladder health by providing free radicals, scavenging activity, stimulation of liver cell regeneration, and prevention of toxin uptake by the liver cells. So you want to make sure that you're replacing all the stuff, because when you're in die-off, it's actually really hard on your liver. So you want to make sure that you're replacing good stuff, like I was talking about before, and milk thistle just helps you to be able to do that. It helps regenerate those good cells faster. And if you are in die-off is actually hard on your liver, like I said, and so it'll be more helpful if you can take that milk thistle. I don't think you can take milk thistle if you're pregnant, just a side note there. You might want to actually take some, read up on that, or take it to your doctor, either one, because I believe it can send you into labor. I'm pretty sure it can. So just keep that in mind. And so it also says that if you're enjoying drinking alcohol regularly, then you may want to seriously consider adding milk thistle to your daily routine. It's an ideal product to take during a detox and or cleanse. So milk thistle is good for a lot of stuff. It's going to help clean out your body faster as well. So once again, we are cleaning it out. Do you see what I'm saying? Everything is going to work together, and it's all natural to help you to get through this faster. B complex increases energy and helps with mental fatigue, promotes a healthy nervous system, bone marrow, and intestinal tract, promotes cardiovascular health, maintains healthy levels of serotonin, thereby decreasing stress and improving mood. So once again, we're attacking each of those symptoms and helping each thing along the way. So we're making it so that way all of the symptoms that we're feeling, the brain fog, the fatigue, all of that, the increased stress levels, which is going to just shoot that Candida yeast right up the levels right up kind of thing. It's going to help bring it back down for you. So B complex would be another great option as well. There are 3 important elements in Candida yeast overgrowth treatment: diet, probiotics, and hydration. Okay, let me repeat that. There are 3 important elements in Candida yeast overgrowth treatment: diet, probiotics, and hydration. You want to make sure that you're eating vegetables, fresh cuts of meat, not processed, organic, free range is best. Okay? Yogurts with live active cultures and low sugars, so unsweetened yogurts. Non-glutinous grains like I always say this wrong, so I'm sorry. Quinoa, and brown rice. You want to stay closer to that stuff, okay? Make sure you're staying as close to the healthier options. In fact, I just explained it like this, that if you were to basically go on a paleo, I always say that one wrong, so I'm sorry if I'm butchering it, but if you were to go on a paleo diet or paleo diet, you would be on the perfect diet for this, because really you need to be eating and drinking as much as you can that's as natural as possible. So you need to stay away from like Kool-Aid, high C, sodas. Oh my heck, stay away from sodas. Those sugars are like crazy high in that. And not just that, but the carbon is horrible. It's going to stretch out. So everything you're trying to do, if you're trying to lose weight, when you drink that soda, it's just going to stretch your belly right back out. So if you're not craving as much, you drink that soda, it's going to stretch it back out. And so you're going to be like super hungry faster, because that soda is just going to help re-stretch everything back out. So just keep that in mind, that you want to make sure you're keeping it as close to possible to a paleo or paleo diet. You want to make sure you're on probiotics. That's why we tell you with Plexus that you need to take Vital Biome and ProBio 5 if you can afford it, because Vital Biome and ProBio 5 have similar but different strands of good bacteria. So the Vital Biome has 8 good strands of healthy bacteria or microbiome for your gut, and ProBio 5 has 5 of them, obviously, because it's ProBio 5. And they're similar. I was looking at both of them. They're similar strands, but they're not the same. Okay, they are going to help your body in different ways, and they're like brother and sister. You have to take them. They're like the twins that you can't separate, kind of thing. But you have to take them at 2 different times a day. You have to take like the Vital Biome in the morning and the ProBio 5 at night. Essentially, is the best option for you. But when you're supplementing good quality probiotics to replenish replenish them in your gut, you will help reverse your Candida overgrowth. So when you're replacing, like we talked about before, when you're replacing the bad Candida, well, the overgrowth essentially of Candida yeast with good bacteria, you're going to have so many more. Your immune system is going to be built up. You're going to be able to strengthen your immune system. You're going to have better digestion. Like you're just going to be so much better. I'm not going to lie. But adding, sorry, I lost a train of thought. Moving on then. So if you add in antifungals and digestive enzymes as well, so like the BioCleanse, you can also help break down the walls of the Candida yeast or the Candida cells. When your gut is healthy, you shouldn't need supplement to supplement this. However, if your gut isn't ideal, or if you're eating something that's basically Candida food or Candida food, then you should have digesting issues. And you could have, not should, you could have digesting issues. Adding in natural enzymes could help. So just make sure you take that into consideration. Antifungals can enter in and attack, kill the yeast-turned fungus overgrowth. Natural antifungals work best because they have fewer side effects than prescription drugs. Remember, one of the top things that actually helps to fill in that Candida yeast or to bring in that Candida yeast is antibiotics. So we want to make sure that we're staying as natural as possible. So these natural antifungals are, just a few examples here, are like caprilic, I'm going to butcher that, I'm sorry, caprilic acid, oregano oil, grapeseed extract, turmeric, cinnamon, and ginger. Turmeric is amazing for helping with inflammation, like reducing inflammation. So that is like key. If you're trying to reduce like water buildup and stuff like that, you're going to want to stay, or like joint pain and stuff, you're going to want to invest in turmeric. Turmeric is awesome for that stuff. Ginger is really good for helping to also reduce water weight and stuff. And cinnamon actually helps to level your blood sugar levels out so that you're more balanced a lot of times. Okay, and hydration. We are not talking, like I said before, we are not talking about sugary and soda drinks here. We are talking about plain old water. Filtered, alkaline, and natural spring water is best since fluoride and other nasty contaminants are found in regular tap water and even some bottled waters too. You need to make sure that you are drinking you're drinking enough, but also be aware that no matter what, if you're feeling these symptoms, this means that your detox or die-off reactions, so if you're seeing these detox or die-off reactions, this means that your treatment is succeeding. Don't give up. You want to keep going and push through this detox or die-off. You want to make sure that you get all the way through it because the results afterwards are going to be amazing and you're going to feel 1,000 times better. You just have to make sure that you are willing to commit. Here we go with that word again. You have to be willing to commit fully and entirely to taking the supplements, to having a healthier diet, to working out, to being able to rest if you need to taking in the water. If you don't like water, really the best thing to do is just get like a gallon jug and put natural sources of sugar in it. So like watermelon, raspberries, blackberries, cucumbers, mint, put natural flavors in it. So buy mint leaves, buy actual cucumbers, slice them up and put them in a gallon of water and overnight so you have water to drink the next day. If you have to, do 2 gallons of water, okay? Just make sure you have plenty for the next day and that if you don't like water by itself, make sure you're finding ways to get yourself to drink it without putting in all these unnatural sugars, okay? You want to make sure you're still replacing everything with natural things because the more extra stuff, the more unnatural processed things, refined sugars you use, the worse your die-off is going to be. I know this is kind of long and I'm sorry, but I hope you guys have a great day. And if you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments. Thank you.